Alright, welcome to Three Kingdoms. This is chapter 5, I think. With me today is Roga's Feijan, Ghost is Chen Feng, Waterpeka is Peng Day, and Slip is Zhang Dayu. And where we left off last time is three of the four, everyone besides Feng, and Wen Zini and Manu, the outsider, went to investigate a village outside of town and found a village basically decimated. Everyone was dead, buildings destroyed. There they quickly found something lurking in the shadows that attacked them. Not sure what it was, something that sucked the blood of others for sure. And he attacked, and eventually he and his minions were defeated. The only issue is the monkey Pima the strange spell-casting monkey, somehow called upon magics that were too strong for it, and its spirit was blown away into the wind, leaving Wenzini saddened and distraught. The three of you have returned back to Jayu without either Wenzini or Manu, who are there watching over the town and making sure nothing is amiss still, looking for survivors and such. The three of you have returned only moments ago and head straight to the magistrate's offices, and I will pull you over. Make sure I need to get that one on that. Alright. As you are heading into the magistrate's office, he isn't actually there just now. So you walk in, and a retainer greets you at the door. Ah, yes. How may I help you? Master Wei is not here at the moment. Chen Feng, you would be also there, waiting for his arrival. You were supposed to meet him today. He had summoned you.
Pang Day kind of steps forward, a sack in one hand containing the head of the defeated demon. He walks forward. We are here from the town to the east. I am Pang Day. We have sorrowful news for your master.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry to hear that. I can go retrieve him. He will be here along shortly, but if there's something urgent, perhaps I can speed his way.
We will wait here politely. The urgency is gone.
I think Fei Qian is even though it's been a while, he's still kind of like traumatized by the whole event. But he's like bowing politely and just kind of sitting there staring, still thinking about what happened. Those creatures they fought.
Did we say that Chen Feng was in the room?
Yeah, he was waiting as well, so he was kind of sitting there as you all came in.
Yeah, Dayu kind of greets him with a wave and a nod, but she keeps turning and looking at her sheathed sword, kind of twisting around to look at it on her back with a distracted look on her face.
Yeah, and Fang, after he sees them approach and talk to the retainer, would walk up to them and bow to them. Ah, it is good to see you all again. Lord Pang Day, Lady Dayu, and someone I'm not familiar with.
It takes him a minute to realize that you're talking, and he looks over and smiles politely, and I am Fei Jian.
Well met, Feijan. I am Chen Feng, in service to the magistrate here. And he will bow.
He bows politely and looks to the others.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Chen Feng, he fought another demon with us.
Yes, and he looks a bit disturbed at the bring up of the event. I did. It was quite the ordeal. Something I did not expect.
A demon? The attendant overhears and kind of guffaws. Oh, what sort of demon? Should I rouse my family to leave town?
Dayu cocks her head to the side. Did we not say that we killed it?
Very well, but there is 2 demons where there are 2, perhaps there are 3.
Oh, much more than 3. But we killed all the ones we found nearby. I do not know that you would be safer elsewhere.
Why not?
Because you never know where the demons will come.
He looks to Chen Feng and lifts eyebrows. Do you know what she's talking about?
Yes, for trying to maybe prevent a panic, he looks to Dayu and he shakes his head and then looks at the attendant. Perhaps there's a misunderstanding. It is not demons, it is merely bandits. Very powerful bandits. Nothing that we could not handle.
Dayu opens her mouth to object.
With your... I think you might want to, with cultural naivete.
Yeah, she says, no, they were not merely bandits. You are mistaken. Do you not remember?
I remember quite clearly, and he looks to Dayu, trying to get that across on his face, that he understands.
She walks forward, and she puts a hand against your forehead.
I think Jian would be like, whisper to her, I think he is trying to make sure this one does not panic.
Oh, he speaks falsehood so as not to spread worry. Oh, yes, I feared he had caught a fever.
Chen Feng, give me a deception roll with a hardship.
Oof.
And you are not trained. Yeah. Yeah. He looks between the two. I'm going to get my family and go now. Goodbye. And he
Pang Day, if he can intercept.
Yeah, you can.
Pang Day intercepts him and kind of puts the firm hand on the shoulder and goes, you will stay here and obey Zhang Wei. You will not gather your family and run. You will stay and do your duty as a servant of the magistrate will.
Give me an intimidation roll with a hardship. This is, I would say, hard roll. Gotta be at 21.
1 hardship.
Mm-hmm. He's pretty scared. Yeah, excuse me, unhand me, sir. I'm leaving now. My duty was to wait for visitors, and visitors have arrived. I will be leaving.
Dayu says, that would be be very foolish, for we are here, and we are the demon killers. And if you should leave, who will protect you?
Please, unhand me! Let me go!
He unhands him, not wishing to cause a scene or insult Zhang Wei by manhandling one of his servants, but he does call out to him as he leaves, "Don't head east."
He runs away and looks over his shoulder and nods and just like almost stumbles in the streets, leaving the four of you alone for the moment.
Pang Day kind of turns to Dayu. It's kind of this like fingers rest pinching the bridge of his nose. And now, Dayu, I know this land can seem foreign to you, but I advise you not to speak so freely of what we hunt in front of the commoners. They don't.
Oh, you said not to speak in front of Zhang Wei, and not to say that his very plump wife waddles as the duck, but I did not know about the others.
Yes, as much as she waddles and we snicker about that, it is sometimes wise to not provoke someone, either with truth especially.
Ah, sometimes I think it is better not to say anything, but if I do not warn them and then the demons come, then I am to blame. She says, "Wait a minute, I cannot think with this thing bothering me," and she pulls her sword out, and you can almost see it vibrating in her hand. "It has been so angry ever since we left that town." "Hush." And she starts to kind of rub it with a silk cloth, and as she does, her eyes get wide, and she looks almost disturbed. She pulls it away, and you see like flecks of metal kind of tumble to the ground from the cloth. What is this?" She brings it over for you to see, and she kind of rubs more, and more flecks of metal come off. And underneath you kind of see something that's kind of milky green.
Pang Day's kind of eyes widen and goes, "Is this something that's ever happened before to your weapon?"
She kind of furrows her brows and shakes her head. "I was gifted with this only the couple of years ago. It's fairly new to me." And she then kind of takes it and just slams it against the floor, and flecks of metal go flying, but more of the green underneath is revealed. I mean, anyone here would recognize jade.
I think, John, he steps back, like, surprised as well, and, he's like, "You said that this sword was talking to you? Angry?"
Not so much with words, but yes, East Wind is very angry. It was very, very angry at those demons, especially the one that would not die. She kind of puts a hand to one side of her mouth as if she doesn't want the sword to hear, and she says, "I think it was jealous that you got to fight the big demon."
Pang Day, like, normally be very susceptible or skeptical, God. But after seeing what he's seen in the woods and in the mountain and the Spider Queen, he just kind of accepts this at face value. And, well, let's make sure if we come across these again that your blade is covered in their blood when it's all over.
You hear almost a kind of a reverberating hum come from the sword, almost as if it's agreeing with what you said. And she kind of raises an eyebrow and starts kind of picking off pieces of metal from the green surface.
Demons? Weapons that speak? Other strange things will be uncovered.
Indeed. Don't forget the wolf that talked to us.
I do not believe I was present for that.
Peng Di kind of briefly goes over how all of this started with Dayu and himself in the woods, and a wolf showed up and led them to the first encounter with zombies and to the mountain.
Yeah,
They-
Chen Feng just looks like considerate, but doesn't really say anything more to that.
Fei Jian like gets down and starts to scribble some of this information down about the sword and the story about the wolf.
This rebellion in China is not the only sickness poisoning this land right now. There seems to be a bridge that exists between the spirit world and ours, and both Dayu and myself are committed to sealing it before more monstrosities can make their way to our realm and further cause chaos and destruction.
Spirits and men have always been connected. It would not surprise me to see that the unrest increases as the demons continue to infest. They have a way of stirring up man to anger, to his worst parts of his nature, without them even knowing sometimes.
Then it will take men of noble spirit and strong wills to stop these creatures, and I see those people before me.
Fei Jian, he thinks about those words for a moment, and remembering he was pretty scared last time, and but he goes back to writing too.
As you're putting pen to paper, you see Zhang Wei enter. He turns the corner and immediately says, Chen Feng, and others. He kind of looks a bit surprised to see the rest of you. Well, this is fortuitous. I had summoned you here to go seek them out and see how they were doing. They had left the town. Did you find what you were after?
Peng Di steps forward and kind of bows to him, and yes, we did. Unfortunately, we were too late to save Shen Feng. However, we were able to destroy this monster and put an end to its corruptive ways, and then kind of unfurls the sack that he had put the head of the monster in, and brings it out for him to see.
Yeah, he noticeably winces. Yes, put it away, that's fine. It is certainly not of a man, is it?
No. As Feng can tell you, these things that we are fighting of are a supernatural nature, and we're trying to find ways to to close this gap and to stop allowing them to come into our world once and for all.
Well, there is one such man that you could take this thing to that might know. He is a alchemist, but he holds no love for the Han. Getting his knowledge and aid may be difficult.
Is he one of the rebels, my lord?
Not that I know. But, it could be. I do not believe I have seen him in many a year. He lives in they say a hovel, not far from this town. He has brewed magical elixirs in the past, they say. He is the only one that I know that would have any idea what this is. And before I send any message to the Imperial Court, where I am certain to be laughed at, I wish more proof, more solid evidence of what we have seen. If I send this head back, they will think it's some sort of jest.
I concur. And frankly, if I may speak freely, I think it might be in everyone's interest to never send anything to the Imperial Court about what is transpiring here and lay most of the blame on the rebels. A destroyed town, an attempt to kidnap healers underneath your protection, those can easily be blamed on the rebels.
Why don't you give me a stewardship roll?
Ooh, what's that under mental?
Influence.
I'm sure I'm not trained on it, but let me make sure.
Challenging's fine. Perhaps. Perhaps. Chen Feng,
Yes, Lord Zhang Wei.
please escort these heroes of the Han to where the old alchemist's hut is. Outside of town. You know where it is.
Of course. Right away.
If he is not there, they say there is a cave where he brews his concoctions.
And I would know where this cave is.
Yeah, you know the local area.
I will take them, my lord.
Be wary, all of you. As I have said, he is no friend to the Han. It might be true what Peng Day says, that he has gone in cahoots with the rebels, but I do not know this. But certainly he will know more than we do about the spirit world. He looks down at the ground and sees all this, refuse on the floor. What is that? He points at Dai's feet.
She opens her mouth to start to talk, and then she just bites her lip and turns away, looking like she's about to explode.
What is wrong with this woman, Peng Day, that you are so fond of?
She is... he kind of scratches his head as he thinks of what to say. She is new to this area and not familiar with her customs. He kind of turns to Dayu.
Another foreigner like your other friend, the giant.
Yes, I place my trust in her skills, not of her being of the Han. But Dayu can tell you about her sword. Kind of gives her this knowing look like, only talk about the sword.
She's totally baffled. She looks at Peng Day and whispers, "Am I telling lies about the sword or the truth?"
Kind of slowly. You are telling the truth about the sword.
This is East Wind, and she holds it up, and it's mostly jade now. East Wind decided not to be silver, but to be jade. I think it will help kill demons better. And she takes a piece of metal and kind of flicks it off. See?
I see. Where did my attendant go? I will have him clean up this mess.
He he had to run an errand, he said.
Run an errand? For me? I did not give him an errand to run, I do not believe.
It must have been a personal matter. If you wish, my lord, I can grab another attendant on the way out and have them clean the mess.
Yes, these peasant folk. No offense to you, Feng, of course.
He nods.
Oh yes, Pang Day, before you go, I have been, well, I've been petitioned by the local madame. She says that you have, how did she word it? Destroyed her place of business. Is this true?
We celebrated, and I paid her for a fair sum to use the place. I don't recall anything out of the ordinary.
She
Besides
said a
much,
monkey relieved itself in a plant.
I don't recall being there for that particular event. I was somewhere else within the establishment.
I see. Who is this one next to you with the dark hair? The one writing so feverishly. Were you there?
I was there. I do not recall the monkey.
Well, it is just a whorehouse. I'm sure she will be able to fix it up in no time. But if I were you, I would stay away from there for a while. I do not believe you are welcome.
Now that my friend Manu is fully recovered, I'm sure we will not be needing their services for some time. But thank you for the advice.
Good. I hope you and your friends with the jade sword can kill any demons you find. Please go with the blessings of the five winds.
Dayu bows deeply.
And send in the attendant to clean this up off the floor.
Pang Day bows as well, and when it's appropriate, goes to leave with the rest.
Feijan, give me a perception roll. Oh my god. Oh, you're not.
Nothing going on here.
Duck season.
Actually, I would actually prefer it not to be perception anyway. How about what would lore?
Okay. Let me see if I'm...
At least he can't roll worse.
Oh, good, good. I do have some lore.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can just continue to roleplay as he sits down and he begins to write on this piece of paper. A letter, it looks like.
Are we outside of his earshot?
Yeah, you could be.
I'm
Eventually
sharing.
you are.
Tell me, Fang, are you familiar with this Alchemist, this area we're going to?
Out of character, how familiar am I with the
Yeah,
Alchemist?
you're pretty familiar. It is a rural area, so you have to cut through the woods a bit to get there. The path that led to his I don't know what you call it, little farm-ish area,
Novel.
hovel, is overgrown by now. You're sure you haven't been in that direction since you were a bandit, but
It has been some time since I've been there, but so long as he did not pick up his hovel and move, it should be in the same spot. We will have to travel through the forest to get to him, but it is as Lord Wei said. He is not not fond of the Han or the magistrate.
What is an alchemist and what is a Han?
Uh, an alchemist is one who dabbles with medicine, potions, apparently.
Like
The,
a whore.
perhaps not quite the same. Uh, in fact, completely different. And the Han is, well, that's the government that rules over China.
So he is not a government.
No.
She kind of sits back and just chews on that mentally, trying to make sense of it.
Is Feng Han Chinese, or is he something else?
Ooh, that's a good question, actually. I believe he was closer in association to... I'm trying to think of the name of the bandits that were in Ding Yuan's territory.
The Chiang?
I think so, yeah. Because he was basically press ganged into that for a while. Yeah, he was Chiang, so I don't know if there's a distinction between Han Chinese and Chiang
Day
mountain
kind
boys, but
Yeah, Dang pipes up, but he goes, the Han are the people of the empire, the main group of people, I guess you could say. He's kind of thinking of ways to describe this. There are other groups of people like the Chiang. They are a smaller tribe, if you will, of people on the border of the Han Empire. And the Han rule over these lesser people.
What makes them lesser? You mean less of them?
Less of them, less powerful. There are millions of Han and a much smaller number of the Chiang.
Oh, I see. I wonder what my mother was. She just shrugs.
You have the look of a Han to me.
Fei Jian is, I think this is the second time he's met Zhang Wei, actually.
Mhm.
But, he will, step forward a little bit away from the others and, bow, graciously to, my lord, if it is all right, I will continue to follow them and record their adventures. Perhaps you would like to have a copy of the adventures when I am finished?
Yes, that would be very good. I would like to hear and know everything that happens. Use your pen to good use, and your tongue too, when you return. You can be my eyes and ears amongst them.
He smiles and nods and he says, thank you. And as he's doing that, he looks down and he sees like what Zhang Wei has been writing, and he says, thank you, my lord. And he backs up over to the rest of them again.
Yeah, he doesn't even pay you any mind if you do that. He just continues writing, puts his head down.
Feng, you said you were once a rebel. I believe your history will serve us greatly in this adventure to come, and I hope to lean on your expertise in this area that we're going to.
Well, it's been some time since I was there. Not since I was, not since my darker days, but it probably has not changed much. Unless, of course, something happens like happened on the mountain.
Very true. May I ask, and if I'm being too personal, please feel no compulsion to answer, but what what led you to banditry? Why did you do so, and why did the magistrate pardon you for your crimes?
As for what led me to do so, I think that is a shared history many bandits have. Wanted to eat. Where I was born was poor. We did not have much, could not afford much, so we took. We did not take more than we needed, but it was a larger group that forced us to join them. Wanted to make trouble for the Han, and we were in no position to refuse. He's assuming they're walking kind of as he's going along. My brothers and I, we did not want to raid a village. It was on the outskirts of Lord Zhang Wei's territory that he oversaw. We didn't want to participate, but there we were. And the Han came down in force, answered Lord Wei's call for aid. We protected some villagers that our masters thought to slaughter, and we were given the choice of service after we surrendered. Those that were left, anyway. My brothers perished. It was I and a few others, and we accepted.
Mm. And Pang Day nods in understanding and it turns to Jian. And Jian, is your brother's tale similar? Did he join the Yellow Turbans out of some sense of desperation or forced into it, or do they believe in a higher cause?
I believe so. I do not know the details of why he joined, and I was hoping to perhaps talk him out of it. But I would like to learn that for myself when I see him, if I ever get to see him again. Pardon me, Pengde, but when you spoke to the magistrate, didn't he agree that he would not tell the others of these demons?
I think he said he would consider it. It seemed he was non-committal on my suggestion of keeping it quiet for the meantime. Why do you ask?
Oh, I saw that he was writing a letter to the 10 attendants talking about the demons when I approached.
Pang Day kind of stops in his tracks. Did you say 10 attendants?
Yes.
Pang Day is like visibly angered by that mention. He goes, And he was writing about demons to them. Did it say anything specifically about me or us? Or did you see anything besides kind of general message about what had happened?
Rogue, you saw he had you all named.
Mm. Yes, he had our names written down.
Hey, give me a fortitude roll there, Pang Day.
Let me get her here.
21 is the TN. You may spend fate if you want. Oh, yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, you're pretty pissed. You can go back into. I'll let you play it how you want, but you're pretty irate.
Pang Day kind of starts pacing back and forth, anger visible and getting angrier by the moment. He's kind of almost talking to himself, and kind of stops and looks right at Feng. Zhang Wei, do you trust him?
He is my lord. He gave me another chance to live.
Why does this upset you so? Who are these 10 attendants?
If these demons that we're fighting are a spiritual poison of the lands. The ten attendants are a physical poison. They are the eunuchs of the imperial palace. I believe they are directly responsible for the problems that we on the frontier face. Their corruption, the poison they spread, they are everything that's wrong with this empire.
If they are so wicked, why have they not been killed?
Just like a demon can poison one's will and one's spirit, they do so with corruption, with vice, with grift. They are a different kind of evil, one that those that try to stop quickly find an assassin's blade at their throat.
She narrows her eyes. I should like to see them try to hurt you, Pang Day.
They hire other people to do it. They're too cowardly to do the acts themselves.
They will have to get by me.
Are you saying that the Empire is wrong?
No, the Empire is not wrong. They are merely an illness. To rebel against the Han is to kill an animal because it is sick. You do not slay the creature, you heal it. And how you heal it is by excising the poison. We need to excise the eunuchs, and we will see the Han flourish again.
Let us go kill these eunuchs.
Pang Dio kind of like smiles, slightly less angry at Dayu's eagerness. We will deal with him in time, but for now, perhaps we should find this alchemist first, and then we will confront Zhang Wei on his letter.
As you say, but she kind of looks around warily, as if expecting a eunuch to jump out from behind a pillar or something.
Perhaps I should be cautious in what I give him as far as our adventures go.
I believe that is an excellent idea. We shall be cautious with Zhang Wei until we can learn his true intentions. But I will warn all of you, I will not take kindly to those that bow down to the 10 attendants.
Beijian nods, keeps walking. I think he's like thinking about his brother and questioning his motives and if they were right still.
Hang D would have one. I have one question for you, Ted.
Yep.
How extravagant would you say his? I don't know what the equivalent mansion or estate would be in comparison to your average magistrate or.
Probably pretty much average, you would think. Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing totally extravagant. You can give me a what would it be? Boy, I think it would be like something like stewardship again. To really kind of get a feel of the town and if it's like overly impoverished or.
Yeah, let me do that. Hold on.
14 would be, I think, suitable.
That's untrained.
Hey, stewardship rolls 2 in one game. Yeah,
Hey.
you think you see the businesses like the whorehouse, the town. You think it's pretty, from what you can tell, everybody is doing pretty well. You would guess. It doesn't appear like there's a overload of poverty. It appears to be well run, as far as you can tell, at least.
Okay.
So you don't get a hint of corruption from him, really, if that's the way to go. You head off through the woods. You take the road out as far as you can, and then Chen Feng, you know you have to turn at some point off the road, and there was a trail once. You see the beginnings of it closer to the road, but as far as you go, it gets more and more grown over. And Chen Feng, you're thinking back from years ago once you were here. You actually remember that the Alchemist, you know what he looks like, at least you did some years ago. And he took you in actually and fed you and perhaps your brothers if it was close to this area, which it probably was, given your history. And yeah, he definitely was not particularly happy with the Han even then.
Yeah, Fang kind of approaches where the overgrowth begins, and he gestures with his spear. Right. We'll have to proceed through here. He is kindly when it does not involve the Han, but if he knows that we are in service to them, he may be difficult.
Then we shall do our best to not mention Zhang Wei or the Han. Right, Dayu?
Oh, yes, I can hardly remember his name anyway.
Excellent.
Ghost, why don't you give me a survival roll? TN14 is fine. Yeah, you're able to find the small home within probably 2 hours of walking. No problem. So as you get there, oops, I want to delete the page. As you get there, you hear you get to the outskirts of the home, and it seems pretty overgrown. Fang, this is not unusual, but it maybe seems a little worse than you remember. But it's been several years. It could make sense. The one thing that is odd, you do hear the sound of a stringed instrument coming from the home. At least it's where it seems to be coming from. There's you can give me perception rolls to see if you see anything else about.
See if I'm trained in this or not. I am.
I'll make it a point to go in through your menus and note if you're trained or not. It's kind of a pain. Yeah, it's good. The two of you got it. So, you don't see, you're pretty sure there's nobody lying in ambush or anything. You don't see any signs of a large group of people here, anything like that. You don't see any lights from inside the cabin. It's kind of dusk ish, and you would think that there's somebody would need a lamp at the very least to see inside, but there's still music playing from in there.
Yeah, Fang approaches, and what was the alchemist's name?
It was he never goes by any name other than the Alchemist.
Okay. Yeah, as Fang approaches, he notes the area. He struck me as a man who took better care of his surroundings, but he listens to the instrument. Did he... It's been a long time. Does Fang recall him owning an instrument?
You can give me an investigation roll. TN14. You do not. He did not. He seemed very single-minded to his purpose of his alchemy.
Yeah, that strikes Fang. His face kind of twists into not confusion, but just suspicion, probably, as he looks towards the noise.
Is the music not to your liking?
No, it is not that. The alchemist, he was a very singular man. He had a mind devoted to one purpose, and he did not pursue other things. Music was not something that I recall him being fond of. It seems strange he would take up an instrument in these times. Perhaps I'm overthinking it.
Does Feijian know this song?
You do not. You've never heard this song. Being a bard yourself, it's kind of strange that you would not, but you have never heard this song. It is quite beautiful, but kind of ethereal and odd in a way. Like whoever's playing it's playing notes in a way that you've not really heard.
Yeah, so he'll comment on that. This music, I have never heard it before.
It is strange. I don't know much about music. Perhaps there is something slightly familiar. Perhaps I have heard it played in taverns or inns.
I do not recognize this song at all. It sounds quite mystical.
Let's, I will approach. He knows me. He had fed me and my brothers before. But perhaps we should be cautious. This is... I don't know. Something is amiss.
Pangy, after looking around, will kind of... Perhaps I should sneak around the back and lay in wait in case something is afoot.
Is this a dangerous man?
He has knowledge of potentially dangerous things, but he himself, I do not recall him being particularly skilled martially, or more than anything, he had dangerous ideas. Interesting ones, but dangerous.
Then, if it is him, we have nothing to fear. But if it is not him, then there is much to fear. Perhaps you should not go alone, Chen Feng.
Perhaps, he looks to Feijian, Lord Feijian could accompany me. Or are you a lord? I apologize.
No, I am no lord.
Then perhaps the two of us could greet him at the front if it is him, and the two of you could lie in wait in case it is not. He looks to Lord Pangday and you, if this is agreeable.
Feijian nods, and with his newfound courage that I spent a point on, he is he's going to go along.
Yes, I will stay back and watch over you two.
You guys are starting to feel quite tired. Dayu, you not so much. I would like everyone's going to need to give me a stamina roll. This is a rank 3 hazard. So here's what you're up against. An 18.
So everyone but Dayu?
Yeah,
or everyone
Dayu does
including-
not have to roll. That's correct.
Stamina, my strong point.
Going all night long.
Oh yeah, nice.
I don't think I'm trained in that.
I have 6 jobs, I don't get tired.
Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
Rogue is hit, so that's a 1, and then we add the rank damage. So, 1 second. There you go. Power level of the game is 1. So, you actually only take... actually... Yeah, so 5. So, Feijan has a look as you're walking, walking next to Chen Feng and just collapse and fall asleep.
He, as he's walking up there, he's like, "This music is so mystical. It's very... oh." And, he kind of stumbles for a bit as, he slips and just crumples to the ground, eyes closed and mouth open.
Yeah, Fang was about to comment on the music. Yes, and he sees him fall over. It's kind of incredulous looks. And, Master Feijian? Feijian! And he gets to one knee and just kind of prods him a bit.
I take it we haven't like completely separated yet.
No, you guys are all just kind of standing outside while Feijan and Chen Feng are kind of going forward. But
Yeah, Dayu looks to the others for a moment as if with like a, is this normal look on her face? But then she narrows her eyes at the music and she kneels down by Feijan and like puts her hands over his ears. This music, I think it is putting him to sleep. Do not listen to it. She's like, if there's like mud on the earth, she'll like start scooping up dirt and shove it in Feijan's ears.
Sure.
Hang Days like hears the music, but is not really phased by it as much as it sounds soothing to him. And then, what Day? What are you doing? What are you talking about? He kind of looks at Chen Feng unfazed and Dayu unfazed. What do you mean it's the music?
You hear, as you're asking that question, you hear a small voice from inside the house. Ugh, I wish to only speak to you, godchild. Now the Earthmen, they will hear our words. My tune must be out of harmony here in this place.
I keep no secrets from Pangde, and we trust Chen Feng. Show yourself, and if you mean no harm, then you will not be harmed. You have my word on it.
Psh, I will not be harmed. The menkind often harm our kind. Sheng Dayu, did not your blessed spirits that raised you tell you so?
I was taught by the priests and my father that there are good men and bad. But yes, the world is a hard place for spirits and women.
And children. And kind of walking out onto the porch is a girl, and she stops playing, and immediately as she does, Feijan, you start to wake up.
Oh. And he starts to look around, and he sees Dayu
Yeah, you
there.
can't hear anything.
He's got like mud in his ears, and her hands are over it. And he puts his hand on her forearm and gives it a little squeeze, like he's waking up, and his eyes are wide at her. Is everything okay?
Dayu just kind of sticks an index finger in his ear and scoops out like a big clump.
I think it is no danger now. This is a spirit child like me. Go gently.
Ah, the music, it put mud in my ears.
Yes, it did.
She's just turning
God.
red.
The girl kind of puts the instrument down beside her, and she's holding the bow of it, and kind of leans on it on the ground. Well, Menlings, you will hear our words. You must promise to the spirits and to Wodang that you will not go and spout these things off to anyone that you hear. These are for the words of us of the mountain, not of you of the lowlands. But unless you want to go scampering off in these woods, I guess you will hear them.
Do not promise lightly. A promise made to a spirit. It must be kept or there are dire consequences. If you do not wish to keep this promise, you must leave.
Pang Di, taking it seriously, looks to the girl and bows. You have my word. I will keep this between all of us here.
She kind of points the bow to Fei Zhan and Chen Feng. And you, mud in his ears?
Yeah, as he shakes the rest of it out, he crawls up onto his knees and bows his head. I promise. I will speak to no one of it.
And you, stranger I do not know.
He considers his duty to Zhang Wei, but recognizes that there are things beyond just the magistrate's territory. He nods to the girl. I swear I will keep your secrets.
I sense much pain in your past. One of anguish.
She's talking to me.
Yeah.
I would say that there is not a soul among us who has not suffered at some point. But yes, my past was not easy.
Well, you manlings will do then. I was hoping to speak to the other manling that you have been with for some time, Dayu. The boisterous one that laughs a lot. He who laughs a lot is what we call him.
Yes, Wenzini. He is fat and a drunkard, but he was a friend to Pima Wen.
She looks sad.
Have you news of Pima Wen?
I do. That is why I am here. Pimawin has sent me here with all haste. I owed him a favor. Of course I did.
Yeah, Dayu looks really sympathetic. She kind of nods with the I feel ya kind of look on her face.
He is trapped. He is trapped on a lonely peak in Wudang. And he will need your help and the boisterous ones too, and any manling who dares to help him. He dug too deep, and in his mortal flesh of that thing he was walking around as, he failed, and now he is trapped, as I have said, and he cannot escape without your help.
But we have other tasks. It would definitely be a favor to help him.
She kind of smiles a little bit.
I believe you have favors to give. Do you not?
I do. I have been waiting to get them off my back.
Well, when you are ready, find the spirit wolf and he will guide you.
Yes. In the forest?
Where you found him last time, yes. And cross the bridge and find Pimawin once more. And help him escape his troubles and his prison on the cliffs of Wudang.
What of this alchemist? Do you know of him?
Oh,
The man who lived in this house.
I smell... She sniffs. An old manling. He has been gone for at least a week. I smell discord here. I feel anger and bitterness and plots of violence.
This is not good. Is there... Can you tell which way he went?
He went below the earth. She shrugs. I am tired. I have been here too long, and my trip back will take some time.
Yes, do not linger. It may not be so easy to cross over soon.
I do not know. The bridge is widening every day.
Yes, we must stop that. It is not good.
She considers. If you say so, it is not my place to say.
Jayu just kind of bows to her.
I know it was a favor, but you have my thanks, nonetheless.
Yes, godchild. Perhaps one day in Wudang I will see you there. And she steps back and kind of around the house. And even if you go looking for her now, you don't find her anywhere. The sound of her music disappears, obviously, with her stop playing. But you notice that it was like extremely quiet while she was playing, and even after, there was no birds chirping, there was no leaves rustling, and then when you can no longer see her, that all kind of starts back up.
I thought her song was familiar. It is hard to remember things from Udan. So this alchemist, how would he go under the ground, Chen Feng?
That is the cave that Lord Zhang Wei mentioned.
We see.
I know where it is as well. But to continue our trek, but we should be able to get there before it is night, I think.
We should probably move quickly.
Yes, and if anyone can strike up torches if it begins to get dark. I do not wish to become lost in these woods.
Do we have torches?
You want to spend a fate point? You might.
No.
Search the house. I was just going to search the house.
If
These
someone
guys aren't
spends a
so
fate point, there's a torch in the house.
Spending isn't burning, it's just
that's
spending.
correct. Yeah.
No, that's so cool.
I'll spend one.
Okay. I'll mark it off for you. Don't mark it off on the main one, or it gets confusing that You are at 1, right? Is that correct?
No, is it 2?
Okay, so let's put that back up, and then I'll do it this way. There we go. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, you walk in the house and you find several torches kind of stuffed in a barrel. And there's actually a lantern in there and oil, so you could use that to light them too. And you have the lantern. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Chen would probably try to keep his hands free. He would probably try to loop the lantern into his around his sash if he could, if it will hold up, just to keep it on his waist.
Sure, you can do that.
And he'd pass out a few torches. There is some extra oil if we need anything to light them. But the lantern might suffice. I will take the lead.
He said he was angry.
Well, as I had said, he does not appreciate the Han. With all this going on, perhaps he has been emboldened. Perhaps he plans to do something rather dangerous after all.
Zhang Wei, he goes to blame Zhang Wei, but stops and opens his mouth, closes it, kind of looks angry, thinking about the earlier revelation before following Feng along the path towards the cave.
Was there anything else in the alchemist place?
Not of any importance, no. All right, you're heading on.
Yep.
Guessing?
Yep.
Okay.
Fire corals.
You head towards where this cave is, and you do get there before dark. It's dusk though, so the torches are helpful. Are you lighting them and moving closer? Or?
I think. Oh, go ahead.
I would have the lantern lit
Yeah.
as it became darker, so that would be lit around my waist.
Okay.
Pang will offer to hold a torch as he's kind of going in a non-confrontational manner, so he'll definitely offer to hold a torch if needed.
All right, we're going to do a group skill check. Group skill checks work like this. One person will roll, and if it is advantageous for to have a group, then you get a certain amount of benefits. If it is not, you get a certain amount of hardships or pre-roll modifiers. Since this is going to be a stealth check, the more of you there is, the less advantageous it is.
Harder it is.
Yeah, so let me just pull that up real quick. Where is that? Boy, oh boy. Is it no, it wouldn't be there. Just give me 2 seconds.
Good thing I just put a point in stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got decent stealth.
Skills.
I think I've got 6 total.
Special. There
dice.
we go.
God dang.
All right.
I think slip should roll.
Yeah.
I also get a special for my booties.
I was gonna say, if it's cool, why I didn't want to hold a torch. If Fei Jian can walk in the back and just have his bow ready.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's completely fine. Yep. So it's a group skill check. So whoever has the best stealth can roll. Please do so with, I'm going to say, a hardship and a -3 based on you walking around with torches and lanterns.
Does anybody have more than 6 dice for stealth? I have 4 and 2 skills. So,
Absolutely not.
okay.
No, I have 3 kept dice, so no.
So, how many hardships?
1. I will just do, actually, we'll just do 1 hardship and make it a hard roll. So
Okay.
21 is
So
what you're
I
looking
get a +3 and a -3 for that, so they even out.
for. Yeah, don't worry about the -3, just do the hardship. So you get the
Okay,
plus
1
3.
hardship.
Mhm. Yep. Okay. Ouch. Terrible roll.
Yeah, not great. Nothing exploded.
Does that say -3 on
Yeah,
there?
it doesn't matter though. You didn't need that -3. Do you have an injury? Make sure you don't.
Oh, I think I have.
Yeah,
an
if you have
injury on
ever
here.
injuries or wounds set, just remove them. But yeah, so you was actually an 18. That's still a fail. So okay, you are heading towards this cave. You get closer and closer, and you are greeted by now this is gonna, you're actually not as close as this, but that's what it's going to depict because that's the map I have. Alright, let's see. There are 3 men with arrows, with bows and arrows in the string cocked, pointing at you as you try to get closer. One yells out, "What is it you want? This is the cave of the Alchemist."
Yeah, Fang will kind of hold up his hands, not in a way that he's not waving his weapons at them or anything. We are not here for conflict. We only wish to speak to the Alchemist. We have something we wish for him to look upon.
"And who is it that beseeches the Alchemist's aid?"
My name is Chen Feng. He knows of me. He harbored my brothers and I at a different time.
There's some grumbling, and you see one of them kind of walk off back into the cave. "You wait there! Don't move forward at all, or we'll fill you full of holes."
He nods, waits.
And I'll let you guys can do roleplay amongst yourself if you want while that happens.
Pang Day kind of leans into the 3 of them, and I suggest you don't mention my name. I recently captured one of their leaders, and handed them over to Zhang Wei.
Yes, if it is acceptable, I can do the talking with the Alchemist directly. If you're comfortable with me showing him the head.
Yes. Kind of hands the sack over to him. I will defer to you on this.
He nods, and he'll put his shield on his back for a moment, so he can have the head in a free hand.
Yeah, about that time, one of them yells. There's some motion in front of you, and one of them yells, "Chen Feng, you may come forward with one other, unarmed. Put your weapons down. You will be given quarter. The Alchemist gives his word."
Yeah, and Chen looks to the rebels, and he looks to the others. Perhaps it would be better for me to go alone. That way it's only I who is unarmed.
Perhaps, but flying arrow seems to have gift with words.
Yes, I could go with you. And he puts his bow back on his shoulder.
If you are certain, but if things come to blows, well, let's hope they do not. And he looks to Flying Arrow. I do not expect violence from him, but I will rely on the 2 of you if things do not go the way we expect. Chen looks to the rebels and, very well, I will come forward. And he begins to approach with his spear. He offers them the spear as he approaches.
Yeah, they take it, and you see an old man walking to the mouth of the cave. You see he has various elixirs hanging off his belt, vials. You certainly don't have any idea what they are. This guy kind of takes your weapons, steps aside, takes everybody's weapons. The bow. You're coming, Rogue?
Yeah, he hands him the
Yeah.
bow to you.
Yeah, I'll take Feijan. He takes Feijan's stuff. And the alchemist walks out and says, "Well, Chen Feng, it has been a while, boy."
Ah, Master Alchemist. Yes. You look well, as you had before. You haven't aged a day.
It is. You age less when you're already ancient.
I suppose that is the trick. And he steps forward.
It is hard for your beard to turn any more gray when you're my age. But you've come here seeking me, and I have heard some rumors about you. That you now serve the magistrate. Is this true?
I do, but this is more for the people of the village, of the town, than for Zhang Wei. I assure you.
Did the villagers send you, or did Zhang Wei send you?
He did.
So, Zhang Wei would not send you to do anything that was not in the best interest of Zhang Wei. Do you not gather?
Perhaps, but I believe that seeking your aid is in the best interests of everyone in China, not just Zhang Wei.
Well then, I would offer you to come inside further, but perhaps I will hear what you say first.
Very well. The others I have come with, they and I have participated in as well. We have hunted creatures that should not exist. Demons, monsters.
Demons, you say? Monsters, you say? That is interesting. I have spoken of such things before, but, well, men like the magistrates do not believe of such things typically. They cast them out and wave them off, and do not believe things that such as an alchemist would say. Why does he seek my knowledge now?
Because he, as I, have now been exposed to things, unpleasant truths that we have not encountered before. And I was sent to see if you could identify what this is. And he reveals the head from the bag.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a lore roll with him. Let's say it's hard. He nods. I do indeed. He studies it. He takes it from you and tips open the mouth and opens the jaw, and you see that there's these fangs. Yes, this is one that drinks the blood of the living to sustain itself and to kill. More beast than man after it transforms into what it is. I have read many scrolls about such things.
By the ancestors, such things exist. Is astounding, terrifying.
The question is, why now? Why are these things being seen?
Vijian is going to nod to him, and this thing drains the blood of most of the village.
Which village are you speaking of? Not Jiangyu, obviously, if you are coming from there.
What was the name of that village? We were at?
Shangku?
Yeah, Shenkung.
Yeah. Shangku.
Well, it's just as well. Most of them were eager to serve the Han. When you are a treasonous dog to the people of China, you get what you deserve.
Chen's face hardens a bit at that, but he doesn't say anything. Out of character, we were only supposed to identify what it was, right? Like,
You were just basically come here and get as much information as you could from him.
yeah. And he looks to the alchemist. Is there any more that you know of these creatures? Ways to better slay them?
Of course.
How they
of course.
masquerade?
Of course. Is this the only thing that you have seen? I would ask.
There were others. There were creatures that... the dead rising from the grave.
And I have seen a woman with the body of a spider.
Ah. So Wudang, they are coming in from the mountain. The spirit world. Interesting. It appears that the turmoil here is fueling them coming through.
What's the name of this creature? And he points to the head.
Ah, a Zhengxi is one of its names. Or Mugai. It has many names depending on where you are from, and I do not know exact kind, but Mugai, I would call it.
He nods, his eyes kind of wide. He's not going to write it down, of course, at this point, but...
It feeds on the blood of the living. Anything. From a rat to a man, it matters not. Its thirst is insatiable.
How do you kill it? My arrows, it seemed to pay no attention to them.
Some of them... It depends. There are different kinds, as I said. Some you must chop off the head, some you must drive a stake through their heart, some you must burn them.
Ah. Well, it is good then that we got the head off.
Yes, well, you are lucky. What warriors slew this thing? Were you there, Chen Feng?
I was not, but were you, Master Feijian?
I was. And he looks behind him towards the others. Dayu and Pangde.
Yeah, the alchemist just shrugs. Chen Feng, your friend, I wonder if I could speak to my old acquaintance Feng here alone for a while.
Of course, master. And he bows.
He just waits expectantly for you to depart. And as you do, he walks Feng in a little bit if he comes with him. Puts a hand on your shoulder, almost like a grandfatherly. And, Feng, I have always liked you, and I heard what happened to your brothers, and I wept for them. And I wonder if you'll listen to me now and join us against the Han once and for all. We can do things here. I believe it is possible at last to drive them out of Western China.
And Feng rubs his chin, thinks on it. I appreciate that you wept for my brothers, Master Alchemist, but I must be blunt with you and honest. I have heard such words before. They were spoken by the Qiang rebels, who believed they could throw the Han away, and I saw what happened. I do not wish to oppose you. You have been kind to me, and you were kind to my brothers and I when many others were not, when they would have looked down on us. But this thing you ask, especially knowing what I know now, it is bigger than this conflict even, than the struggle with the Han and the rebels. I must see whatever path this is through.
I see. Well, then I would ask you to, for your own safety, go away from this place. Find a new life, find a wife, have a family, somewhere else. Perhaps one of the islands. For now that I know what is happening, I will work to open the bridge as wide as I can. Bring as many of those things through. And with this distraction on the Han, we will certainly prevail. And then, I will close it again.
He looks incredulous. I beg you reconsider. You cannot think. No, that would be hubris to think you could handle this on your own, to close such a gate after opening it. Knowing what you know about this, surely.
I think I am one of the only ones in Liang that can. What will you do? Slay these vile beasts as they come through, over and over again? That is not the way to close the gate. I do not know.
Then how can it be closed?
I will need to do some studying on the matter. Read more scrolls. Make more elixirs.
You must... I beg you reconsider. I know that you do not favor the Han, and there are certainly days when I do not appreciate their presence either, but you would condemn so many to death if you opened the gate.
I will ask you this. When a war is fought, who suffers the most? It is the peasant. The man in the field, the woman in the field, those in the rice paddies. Those are the ones that die. Lords, soldiers, they may die too, but... no, it is truly the people that suffer. They will suffer in this war if I open the gate wide, or if armies come to blows and the rebels join together, which we will, and force the Han back to the east. They die either way. This way, at least we win.
But at what cost? And who is to say you would not fail against the demons? Do not pollute the purpose of your cause by doing this thing. You do not need the aid of demons and spirits to overthrow the Han. You and the people should be enough. Don't condemn more to death than need die for your revolution.
And here I am trying to convince you to join me, one that shares our sympathies, and I cannot even sway you. How can I sway the people who are... that only have the hoe in their hand to fight? They are not a trained warrior like you. They do not have your youth and vigor.
They do not have the commitments that I have, Master Alchemist. Master Zhang Wei saved my life. I would have been put to death if it had not been for his intervention. It's not a matter of you not being able to convince me. It's a matter of I am on different paths. And even more than that, these people, they have shown me something else that is occurring, something beyond us. Please, I ask you again, as someone who looked after my brothers and I, don't do this thing. I know you to be a better man than that.
You can give me a desperate persuasion roll. You can spend fate if you would like, or whatever.
Burned fate is plus 25.
20.
Right? Plus 20?
Yep.
I will burn the fate.
Okay, so desperate is a 29 that you're trying to hit.
Gotcha.
So put plus 20 in your mods there. You can back out knowing the TN if you want still. Maybe you can still go for it because you need to get a 9. Okay.
You can do it.
You did it. All right, so let me take that off. So that one actually comes off. Okay. He thinks about it for a moment. And, perhaps you are right. Opening the gates further would be hubris, as you call it, that I might not be able to close it. As I said, it is not so easy as an incantation or crafting a healing elixir, an elixir that poisons and many other elements of this earth. Fine. I will let you go now, Chen Feng. But if I see you again, I will assume it is you looking for my blood, and I will kill you if I have to.
Never, Master Alchemist. If anything, I wish to help you uncover a way to close this gate. I would...
Oh, I did not agree to that. I agreed
I would
that
ask-
I would not open it further, and I will attack the Han, and I will kill the magistrate.
I see. And he bows to the alchemist. I will not reveal what is happening here. The magistrate believes that you are upset, but does not know the extent of your involvement with the rebels.
Soon,
I
Feng,
hope
all
that I
Liang,
do not see you.
all Liang will rise up against the Han. They are corrupt, and they are evil. You know this. I still wish that you will walk another path, and if you come to me by yourself, unarmed, I will take you in, and you can serve at my side as the son I had never had. In this holy quest to rid the people of China of this weak emperor, ruled by dickless men, by those corrupt that take the taxes of the poor and put it into their own pockets. That is what we fight for, the people.
Yeah, and Fang, he looks very somber but nods. I will consider what you said. He bows again. I thank you for answering my questions on the creature.
Of course. Be careful. These things are dangerous, certainly. More dangerous than any man.
And you as well, Master Alchemist. And he will turn and take his weapons back as he walks away.
Yeah, the alchemist puts his arms behind his back, kind of locking his wrist into a hand, and just watches, and you see him just shake his head slightly as he walks back into the cave, and a few more men kind of come out to the opening with bows.
Yeah, Fang will approach everyone else, and I got what information I could from him. Fei Jian, did you already impart it?
No, I did not. He's gonna go get his bow bag
Yeah,
too.
they gave it to you as you left. That's fine.
Okay.
What is happening?
Nothing that is not already happening elsewhere. He's thrown in with the rebels now. But he did give us information on the creature, ways it can be killed, what it's called, and I'll impart all that to them. We have what we came for.
Is
She looks a little disappointed.
That's it?
That is it.
Why don't you give a deception roll there, Fang? It's a little more than that.
I am not trained in this, actually.
Anybody can give a read person if they would like.
Ooh,
I
my read
can't.
person's dog shit, so I'm gonna give it a try and see if I can. Get
Well,
better.
versus a
I
4,
will. Hey,
maybe.
Yeah, you might be.
You got
fine.
some decent odds.
No, I don't.
Well,
Fei
Feijan
Jian.
knows, and plus he was there for some of it. I mean, not the important stuff, but no, Pang Day, Pang Day's like, yeah, cool. Oh, Dayu, you have like you have cultural naivete though.
Yeah, I just rolled for fun.
Yeah. So really, Feijan kind of thinks it's weird, but he doesn't. I mean, he's not as invested in everybody. It's up to you what you want to do with that information.
Yeah, Fei Jian is gonna ask him, because he was mentioning it too. I think that's the only thing that he said while he was over there to Dayu, was like, it doesn't seem to be going well, and so he's like looking at Fang while he's saying this, and he's watching him for a moment, and he says, he did not seem happy. You seemed to get in an argument after I walked away. Why?
He was trying to get me to abandon my post to join them. He's becoming more militant in his approach against the Han.
do you think he is infested with a demon?
I do not know what that looks like, but no, he seemed much the same as when I last saw him.
So the Alchemist has turned against the Han as well.
Yes. He's not sure how he should bring him, because he knows how, even from limited interaction with Dayu, what she might think if he brings up the gate situation, even though he feels that's been resolved. He considered foolhardy notions, but I was able to talk him out of it. It is a matter of the rebellion. That is all.
Oh, your governor or magistrate, your Zhang, he will not be happy. The Zhang Wei. See, I told you I cannot remember his name.
Fei Jian's still kind of like looking at Fang, thinking he's, still not telling it all, of course, but he says, he looks over to Peng Day and he says, it seems more are against the Han. These 10 attendants that we were talking about, you were angry with them as well. Are we on the wrong side here?
That is a complex answer that I cannot give with a simple yes or no. To stand with them is to stand on the wrong side, but to stand against the Han is also on the wrong side. But people believe the two are one and the same. I do not. I believe the Han Empire will endure. I do not believe people on the frontier, so few in number, can ever stand against the might of the Han armies. But I do believe that the Ten Attendants are a problem, and they need to be destroyed.
I
If-
stand against demons. That is the right side.
I am here to close the bridge between this world and the spiritual world. And when I am done with that, I will move on to the next problem, which are these rebels here in Liang. But for now, I give you my word, my focus is on destroying the demons that have made it here and closing the bridge to stop any more from coming.
Jian nods as he thinks about that. He says, yes, I think that is in the interest of both sides. My brother is a rebel as well. I wish I could talk to him and find him. I would know more about this.
What if he was in that cave?
I thought of that.
But you did not ask.
No. He looks kind of ashamed.
Perhaps you do not wish to know.
Feng, do you believe the Alchemist can be any help to us moving forward?
Unfortunately, he knows that I work for the magistrate. He said that if I wished to see him again, it would be alone, unarmed. And he appears to want to continue to try to recruit me to the rebel cause. I do not think he will see me again. Not without coming to blows, potentially. And all the help he wishes to give, I think he has already given us.
Will you guys give me well, just hold on. You keep going for a second.
Pengdi's kind of torn between the revelation of the note to the 10 attendants and the rebels he is also pledged to destroy. And kind of thinks and ultimately comes up with, if the alchemist cannot help us, then we must find someone who can. And I will be honest, I have no leads. And he looks to Dayu. Do you know of anything that can be done?
The priest on the mountain told us that Pima Wen could take us to the breach. He could help us. He is on Wudan. He is trapped. I think that is who can help us.
So then we are to free your cousin.
Yes. And I must be honest, it would pain me not to do so, for I owe him a favor, and to resist that would be very difficult.
As you're walking through the forest, give me a perception roll. Whew.
As they're walking, Pengdi kind of puts his hand on Dayu's shoulder and And it says, "As I have said before, and I will say again, I am with you till the end of the line."
She looks back at him and smiles, partly in relief and also blushes a little bit.
It is good not to be alone.
Dai, you, as you're talking and looking at Peng Day, something gets your attention as Fei Zhan steps on something. There's a notable crunch, and you see, like, kind of semi-buried in the ground are skeletons. And let me switch you over there.
Hey, undead.
Undead.
She looks down at the crunch. Maybe she feels a vibration of the sword at her back with that 30 perception and notices them start to move. She pulls out the sword.
More of these creatures.
Let me and yep, that'd be good.
For a second, I was like, yeah!
It's a giant one.
It was all big.
It's a big one. Let me make
He's
sure.
on the horse.
Sure. Otherwise, Dayu's sword won't matter against minions. Go ahead and roll initiative. I didn't get to use my Alchemist's grenades on you guys, so...
Anyone can use that 27.
Yep.
Then I think we will.
Yeah, I would probably like to use your
Go ahead
27.
and move it.
Well, although actually, no, my power doesn't work that way.
your power is
That's
not
right.
going to work anyway because you're not first.
Yeah. So someone else can use it.
No, everybody gets to use it.
Everybody can use it. Yeah.
We all.
Oh, okay.
There's no limit to how many PCs can use that one.
Awesome. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
What
I know
is that?
means.
Is that English?
That's another one of his crazy rebel names.
Ah, yes, Munjuk Mu.
Fukushu Dishlu is what that one is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody can move their initiative up to 27 if they want.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, I think we all will, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Move as one.
Chen Feng isn't good at many things, but that's one of
Captain
them.
Planet.
Whoa.
He's got some
That seems off.
wounds from the last time. 6 wounds, no big deal.
Move.
14.
Yeah.
Gizmo there saw a bright light.
Yeah, will you guys change your initiative to 0 dot whatever it is? Just help me out.
The shit? That's hilarious. I was trying to change my initiative and it kicked me out of roll 20.
Sure it did.
Said, oh, nope.
Okay.
Dude, what the shit is it going on?
Yeah, it was being a pain in the ass for me to change it too.
I changed it for you. You guys all have the same initiative. So just go however you would like. Doesn't matter really. It's technically whoever has the highest reactions, which would probably be Dayu, but
Well, um, yeah, it's not going to help me though, because probably going to be better for them
yeah,
to
you guys
come.
can pick. I don't care.
Anyway, I'm going to move forward, but I'm going to make them come to me.
Okay. 2.
I got reaction 3, so I'll go next. Loop 3.
3.
Chen, what's your reaction?
He uses leadership,
bad.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You go ahead.
He leads from the rear.
Correct.
Does it take anything to pull the bow out?
I would say you already have it out. That's fine, because you'd be walking with it probably. But yeah, normally
Okay.
it would. Mm-hmm.
I'll fire this one here.
Okay. What's your range? You got a short bow, or what do you got? It's medium for a short bow, or a normal bow.
Yeah, just regular bow.
But it's got sniper too.
Range. It doesn't matter. He's too close.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. So medium range. Where would be my battle music? There we go. Let's try this.
Medium range. And
22 versus that's all worked in. So 22. That's a hit. That's gonna kill one of them. Minions take any damage, they die. So one of them
quickly,
dies.
yeah, quickly Fei Jian turns and just snaps the bow, the arrow into place and launches one really quick, right through one of its eye sockets and shatters one. And that's it.
How much AP is a run again?
It
depends on how
just
many-
depends on how many you move. You can basically you spend the same amount of AP, but well, you run 2 per your speed, so you'd run 2 for 1 AP, 4 for 2 AP, that kind of thing.
So could I run like 3 for 2 AP
Yep,
basically? Like go
Sure
to gear?
can.
Okay. Yeah, so Fang seeing Dayu and Peng Di move, he's seen them fight before. He is certain they can handle these warriors. So he sees Fei Jian with a bow and decides to
Get in the way.
interpose himself between these skeletons and Fei Jian with his spear and shield.
Yep. Pang Day. I think you know what happens. This guy comes in. What would you like to do?
Whirlwind attack! Activate!
Opportunity attack is different.
Oh, I thought you could whirlwind when they came in.
Let me
Were we
look.
doing that
Let
before?
me look. Let me look.
I got it pulled up. Let me look up here. Scroll up.
Opportunity. You might be right, actually, because I think you can do any. Oh, it's a defensive action. Whoops.
Yeah, I was like, I can't find
Yeah.
it here.
Wait a minute, who wrote this
Yeah,
game?
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, you can whirlwind. Yeah, definitely can, but you get a hardship. So you normally whirlwinds get 1 hardship. So, or no, they don't. That's wrong. So just 1 hardship. That's 5 AP.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And this time I'll remember to add 3 to the modifier. So we add the slashing to the total for determining how high above the wound.
Well, I gotta defend first. Oh no, they can't defend. They cannot defend. It's base defense only when you get attacked by an opportunity attack. Let's see what their base defense is. Base defense is 8. Let's go ahead and... So 21 plus 14. Start there.
What's their wound level?
Well, they're minions. So hold on. I rewrote that rule, so give me a second. Give me 1 sec. Whirlwind attack. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, it's 10. It's so okay. So yeah, it's just 10 points of damage over. 20 points of damage kills 3, and so on. So the first one kills 1, 10, 20. So you did 29 minus 8, 21 plus 14. That's 35. Yep. 35. Let me see. It's armor.
Has none against Black Dragon, probably.
Say what?
Probably has none against
Oh, it has against slashing,
Dragon.
but
I also have brief.
yeah. So 35. Okay, so that halves it, and then slashing would have it. Yeah. So none. So 35. That would kill 3, and that kill. So how do you kill 3 of these skeleton warriors as they get close?
As the 3 zombies kind of shamble towards it, Fang Di kind of goes into a spinning motion, his glaive a blur as he cuts the first one and then effortlessly brings his dowel around to slice the second one, and then the third one gets it right in the face as all 3 collapse.
Yep. So that's how the new whirlwind attack is written. It's based on mobs only taking 1 point of damage instead of their wound level. Okay, so that was 5, so you're at 8. Alright, more skeleton warriors. So it's the one down here by Chen Feng. It's going to move to... It's on Chen Feng then. You don't have reach, I don't think. So it's 2.
Nope.
The Jingxi up there. Jingxi is going to run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ha!
You dirty son of a...
Yeah. 4. And then he's running. Okay. Skeletons over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skeleton down here goes to the closest. 2. Alright, let's see who we got. It looks like it is Dayu and Chen Feng. Go ahead and go in whatever order you want. It's fine.
When does the skeleton go again? 2. I'm gonna aim once
Who are you aiming at?
before
Jiangxi?
at the Zhangxi.
Okay. You're up to 3. Go ahead, Ghost.
Okay, so these guys are gonna go before me if I do any aims or anything. So,
There is something
I
called...
can't remember the action.
There is something called
there any, like, defensive?
defensive. Is that what you said?
Yeah, like any kind of defensive, like
you could do full
can
defense.
do
You could
attack,
do
but-
cautious attack. You could do well, it's not defensive, but you could do split attack and attack both of them.
What's what would full defense
Full
be?
defense is you get 5 benefits to your next defensive action.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold him here because this is a lot,
Okay.
and I'm about to get
So
throttled. So yeah, I'll do
I
full
think
defense.
full defense is 5 AP. Friendly would know. Where is it? F.
I didn't see it in there.
Yeah, it's in offensive maneuvers. It is 5. You do it on your turn.
Oh,
What you
that's
do on
easy.
your turn is considered an offensive maneuver. So
That makes
yeah,
sense.
so you're at 7. So you do have 5. What should I do? Where is the? How about that? Cool. All right. Skelly Boy's turn. Oh, both on Chen Feng. Okay. The first one's going to reckless attack. They are rank 3, so I can do the full 3 benefits. Jean. 3 benefits. Trained. Additional mod 0. Hardship 0. So 27. So you do get a negative 3 because you're being numbered. But you get
Outnumbered.
5 benefits to your defensive roll.
Okay, and then another one from my shield,
Yep.
I think.
Yes,
The
you
buck-
would.
Okay.
And then that
Um,
probably has shield 1, right? So
It
that's
does.
plus 1 additional mods. So you're going to just take a negative 2 then instead.
It's a new 2. Okay.
So 6 benefits
So-
and a negative 2, I think.
Do I roll my shield?
Yes,
Is that
roll-
what I roll
yep,
for?
mhm.
Okay. So 5 benefits. Is the other benefit cooked there? or do I
No,
add
you
that?
got to cook in all the benefits. So 6. So 6.
And then minus 2 for
Yep.
mods.
Well, you definitely parry that. So it has a look as this thing swings at you.
Yeah, so seeing that he's heavily outmatched, but having fought these before, he gets his shield up and also using the spears, just kind of battering blows aside, not really focused on riposting or striking back, but just holding at bay, knowing that if these swarm in, they're going to attack Fei Zhan, Zhang, and everybody else in the back. So he's just going to keep holding the line back here.
Yep. The other one's going to attack. Your full defense is now gone. It's going to reckless attack 2, but I can add 2 benefits because it's only a rank 2 mob currently because of Fei Zhan killing one of them. Well, let me see. Hold on. I keep forgetting to look at these things' abilities. Undead 1. Yep. Got it. Yeah. They do have lethal weapon. They have mastery shields. Okay. Okay, cool. Alright. Nothing important unless they hit. Okay. Benefit 2. Train. Additional mods, none. Okay, 19. Does that be... You can use your shield if you want. It'd be a negative 3 to your shield. Negative 2, technically, because his shield 1.
Okay.
Oh, and you went up 1 AP for your block last time. So you're at 8.
Going up another
So you'd
one.
be at 9. That's 10 damage. Let me...
Does that get added on top of base defense or no?
No,
the
you choose one or
okay.
the other. What is your base defense?
10.
Yeah. So we're at 10 damage, and then these things do 6 slashing. So 16. What's your armor on your torso?
I have 4 slashing, so,
So you're gonna get an
12.
injury. So it nicks you. Yeah, the thing just comes up, and there's two of them. Now you're facing down 5 skeletons, right? You're parrying them and doing everything you can to hold them off, and one just cuts you across the side as they are pushing in on you hard. Now these things all have hardship since they. Let's do this, I guess. They each have a hardship on their next defensive roll because they full reckless attacked, and I think it is going to be Dai's turn.
She's been watching this Jiangxi speed toward her, kind of focusing on where she wants to hit the whole time, and she's getting ready to dart in, kind of leaving herself open because she's going to do reckless attack. But as it's approaching, she turns to Peng Bi and says, go to the others. I will hold this one off. Did I hit No, I hit the wrong menu.
No, you hit combat. Looks like it to me, at least. I see Tao of the East Wind. I see...
Yeah.
40. This thing has sensitivity to Jade. So all its...
Are you serious?
So...
We did not plan this ahead of time.
So it takes 1 hardship to all skill checks as well. So it's... Boy, what is its... Alright, at this point it's going to try to evade with a dodge. It's not even... he'll just take it on the chin. So, 32 plus 4, 36. Now, what's the... I don't think they have armor. Bludgeon armor, yep. 36 damage, 33 damage for the leg. Okay. That is not quite enough for mortality. Bane 1. Okay. So I think he's just going to take a wound, but I want to make sure. He has Undead 2, so he doesn't take injuries.
If he had armor, I do have
He
breach.
doesn't, not for
Okay.
slashing. But as he gets close, I'll do his fear effect now, after you hit him at least, just because I should have done it earlier. Okay, so he takes a wound and an injury. I'm not going to mark on the injury because it doesn't do anything. And then, so it's a rank 2 fear effect. 2d10. Alright, is that higher than your mental defense?
Believe it's higher than mine, but I have courage if we're allowed to roll that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me double check real quick.
Yeah, the thing is, if it is not, or
Oh, my mental defense is actually 10.
So you don't have to do anything. Peng Di, why don't you? What is yours?
Mine's 8, so I'm definitely gonna roll courage.
Okay. Yeah. So that doesn't bug you guys. His what did I say? What did I say his defense was? Because it doesn't matter. Was it 37? Hold on. Let me do this again because he was running, so he can't dodge very well. So 40 minus 8, 32, 36, 33. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay.
What does sensitivity or vulnerability
It takes a
mean
hardship
in terms
to
of
all skill checks when in the presence of Jade. But he did not make a skill check there, so. Alright, he has 1 wound. You reckless attacked, correct?
Correct.
Okay, you're at 7. And you have one of these things. Alright. Fei Zhan. You are currently engaged by this thing. Shooting is not something that provokes an opportunity attack. Moving is, but not shooting.
So I could still shoot him if right now.
Yeah, you can shoot him.
Okay. Or would switching to my sword be? I could still shoot him without any negatives while
Oh yeah.
we're fighting
Yeah.
in melee. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna use the bow then. Point blank.
Yep. 25. It can dodge and parry from this range, so it's going to try to knock you away with its shield. It's pretty good with its shield. Let me see how good though. I know it has weapon mastery, but okay, it's 2 shields. Combat menu, shield, 1 benefit, trained, additional mods, 2. Hardship. Yes, it is close enough to the Jade to take hardship. I think it has sensitivity too. I think they all do.
Does it suffer anything from running, or
It did
or
not
make-
run last time.
Okay.
It has sensitivity 1, so it takes a -3. Okay. So not quite as sensitive to it. Shield, 1 benefit. Trained. Additional mods, it was 2, but it's going to be -1 now. Well, we'll just do the -1 on top of this. It's a 21, and yep, 8 damage. Piercing, that kills one of them.
Nice. As they come flying up, John gets 1 arrow in there and fires right through the mouth, kind of shattering the spine of one.
It just crumples to the ground. The one next to Dayu is going to reckless attack her. He's going to take a hardship to his attack in addition to the wound he has. She has reckless attacked, so I'm guessing that she's going to use her base defense anyway. So benefit 3. Trained, additional mods, no. Hardships 1. 20, I'm guessing that misses, yeah.
Whew, yep.
Miss.
She notices that seems almost reluctant to approach to hit her.
Mm-hmm. He has one of those. So it's the skeleton next to Fei Zhan. The 2 skeletons. Reckless attack. Benefits 2. Oh man. Actually benefits 4. Because there's 2 of them. Trained. Additional mods. No. Hardships. 1. Actually, it should have been -3. Whatever. 12. Does that beat your base defense?
My base defense is 12.
Okay, so that's a hit. That would be 6 damage. 3 damage, not enough to hurt you, just nicks you. Not enough to do anything. So those things are 9. And one of those. Let's see. It is, looks like, Fei Zhan's turn again.
Alright, I'm gonna try to plug one.
He'll try to block. He's going to take a hardship and a -3 as well, so it'll be a -1. Shield benefit 1 because it's defensive 1. Trained, additional mods -1. Hardship none. 21? Yep. You plunk into its shield. Kertunk. Oh, he should have a hardship. I'm sorry, because he reckless attacked one last time. -6. So that's 15. That's a hit. Okay. So 4, 8. 8 damage. Kills 1.
Oh, nice.
Oh, no, that's until your next turn, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you just start whittling them down in front of you. Point blank range. Okay. So that's put you at 9. And then it is some skellies against Chen Feng down here. Yeah, reckless attack for this guy. Cheyenne. It's technically 6 benefits on the attack because the mob, which I forgot last time. Let's see. Hardship. I would say now the Jade is after they know. So it wouldn't be a hardship, but -3 to this attack. 28.
And I have to try to actively defend that.
So just plug in your -3 if you don't. Okay. Yeah, the -3 is from your... Yep, okay, cool. That's right. 13 versus a 28.
That's a
Yeah,
win.
15. Well, 15
well.
plus 6, 21. What's your slashing on your leg?
I think it's 4, so yeah.
Well, it's a total of -7 because it was leg shot. So that
okay.
is 14. So it's an injury.
Yep, not quite a
Yeah,
win.
I'll mark that for you. Yeah. Okay. That one attacked. Which one is that one? It's that one. Okay. 10. These things are just not smart enough. So this one's going to attack 2. Reckless attack. 4 benefits. Trained. Additional mods none. Hardships none. -3 on this attack. 33.
I will try to defend
Yeah.
again.
Oh boy.
That's prime mortality.
Uh.
It's gonna be
No,
close.
something. Oh yeah, no, it was right. Okay.
That's correct.
Oh wow. What did you add your shield bonus in?
I did. I'm just really hurt. Have 2 injuries
3d10
and
drop
I'm taking -2
1.
against
3D.
threat.
What's your shields normally?
That
So you get a benefit for your shields, right?
I know. I plugged it in. I gave the benefit to it. So
Oh, let's see. Shields.
shields is.
Oh, you're not trained.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. So 3. So okay. So that's 30. Minus 3, 27. Minus your armor on your leg is 4. Okay. So let me just do it because I'm losing track. 36 minus 3 minus 3 plus.
It would be 39, wouldn't it?
Okay.
Because they have slashing.
36
6, they had a
plus
-3.
6 minus 4 slashing, right? Minus 3 for base defense. 5 is what I get. Oh, and that's not even counting the -3 for your legs, so 32.
Yep, mortality.
Is that above your mortality? It is.
It is.
Okay. Yeah, you're out of fate points.
So it's combat menu and death roll.
Yep,
YOLO.
got it. No problem.
YOLO.
No problem whatsoever. So you get a wound. Let's mark that at 32. Let me put that down. 32 leg wound. Slashing. 32. Okay. Yeah, they just begin to just cut into you badly. You're kind of on your own down there, and you just feel the inside of your leg just spurt blood out. Daiyu, you're up.
I'm going to aim twice. I'll let this thing go before I go.
Okay. 9. Okay, that takes away your... that. Okay. It's turn. It is going to reckless attack again. Obviously, that's kind of what they do. Bite and claw. Benefits 3. Trained. Additional mods. None. Hardship 1. 31.
So it doesn't take the hardship for the Jade anymore.
It's it. I
after
gave
the
it
first
one.
turn.
The negative.
Oh, but it's got a wound as well.
Yeah, you'd see them both. -5, -4.
Oh, it's automatically the wound
Yep.
is calculated in. Got it,
These
got it.
these guys
Okay.
use the old sheet, so it doesn't break it down. Unfortunately, like yours, it does. But
So what's the total damage?
like
my
33
so one-
without calculating any of your stuff.
yeah, that's not gonna get me.
So a 31 doesn't hit you. It's not above your base defense.
A 30 hits, but then I've got armor.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good. All right, so that guy's done. He's at 12. Pang Day, I think you're up.
As much as it pains Pang Day to leave Daiyu's side, especially against something that took forever for her to try and kill last time, if memory serves, he sees Feng being overwhelmed and sprints. So let's see here. That's 2 action points to get there.
Yep, you can do that. So you're at 10. And you're at 3. Okay.
I don't suffer that because of my one ability.
Oh, that's right. You don't. You don't. All right. What did I say? Okay, Feijan, you go first.
He fire point blank.
Okay.
Ah,
16. They're minions, so if they take 1 ounce of damage, they die. So he's going to try his shield. It's not going to be real easy. Benefit 1. Trained. -1. And a hardship. 15. That's a hit. That kills him,
oh, yeah.
I think. Let me see what his piercing armor is, actually. I don't want to say that. 1 damage. +4, 5. Yeah, just... And it has piercing. Yep, that kills him.
Nice.
He's gone. Yeah, you're able to take him out right in front of you. Chen Feng, why don't you go?
I think we just have to hold out and let Pang deal with it. So full defense one more
Got
time, and let's hope we get through.
Got it. Let me see what... Cool. Alright, so that puts you at 14. Alright, Daiyu. You're aiming twice.
All right. Yep, and reckless attacking
Okay.
again. So looking for that opening and then dodging in.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. 40. So let's see. First things first, we'll bump yours up to 13. I'll put this on so I don't forget. I'm trying to do better about that. Okay. So it's not even going to bother dodging. So that's versus an 8. That's 32. 32 plus 4. It doesn't have anything. So 36. That's not enough to hit it in the head. It does wound it though. Or doesn't, and not enough to make a death roll is what I mean.
Just leaves a searing cut again.
Okay, dokie. It is Pain Day.
Pang Day again begins his. I can
Yeah.
roll
Oh
an
yeah.
attack. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that to number 3 there to relieve some of the pressure from Feng.
Yeah, it definitely took another wound.
Oof.
26. It's going to try to dodge. Or block with its shield, I should say. It gets a benefit. Trained additional mods. -3 from the Jade. Hardship, no. That's a hit. 9. That's enough to... Okay, well, let's make sure, because I don't know if it's enough to kill everything.
That'd make it 23.
Yeah. Is that total 23?
Yeah, because there'll
It
be
does.
no
Yeah,
armor reduction.
that will kill them both because there's only 2 left.
As the skeletons focus on Pang from afar, quickly cleaves 2 of them, dropping to the ground, hoping he's made it there in time to save Chen Feng.
Well, we'll find out because it's going to reckless attack. 6 benefits. Trained. Additional mods, none. Hardships, none. It actually takes a -3 to this attack. So a 30. You get no negative on your defense now that your head's up.
Just the negatives from...
Just everything that's already worked in, yeah. So you get 5 benefits.
6
Yep,
with
6
the
with the
shield.
shield.
6 benefits.
And then you get the +1 for the shield as well. So additional mods +1. And all your injuries and wounds should already be baked in. That's 25 off the go there. 25 +6 -3. What armor do you have on your leg?
-4.
Yeah. It doesn't have slashing. 24, that's a wound. Okay, let me add it in. Right leg. Man, your legs are getting brutalized. Okay. Yep. Yeah, you're starting to now get cut up pretty badly. Okay. Let me see. So you did try to dodge. So that's 15. You're up to 15. It's up to 14. Okay. Fei Zhan.
All right. Does Dayu seem to be doing okay?
It doesn't
At a
seem to
quick
be able to. It like seems to be tentatively swinging at her for whatever reason, and she seems to be easily evading it.
If I try to shoot at this one,
You're gonna.
I get a hard.
You're gonna. Well, you don't have to take the hardship, but you're gonna get a -3 for shooting through his hex. So that's for sure. You can not take the hardship if you want, but if you miss, you hit him.
Okay. So I definitely want to take the
Yeah,
hardship.
so, okay, you take your hardship and a -3.
Okay.
Now, one thing you could do is you could aim. It doesn't go.
I do.
It doesn't go until 14, I don't think. So you could aim once at the very least.
Okay. Yeah, I'll aim
Okay,
once.
we'll just go ahead and do that. There's nothing keeping you from doing that. So go ahead and aim once and then fire. So you'd be at 16. So you get 1 benefit to your shot as well. And you are at close range, I'm pretty sure. At least. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, close range.
Additional mods, -3.
Yep.
And 1 hardship.
Yep.
And close range. Come on, give me some.
That will kill one of them for sure.
Nice.
Getting there.
So John jumps down on one knee and he sees his homie getting messed up. He launches one like right over his shoulder and he takes one out through the skull.
I'm just gonna make a roll here. Boy, can it? It's got intelligence 1. It's just gonna keep attacking her. Reckless attack on Dayu. 3 benefits. Actually, when did she go?
13.
It's gonna aim 5 times.
Well, I'm gonna aim 5 times, so you might as well.
It's
No, I'm just kidding. If it's gonna let me go first, I'll like aim 3 times. Let's see, that'll still get me to go before it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, you guys have an aim off there. So hold on before anything else. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. So it would be Skeleton Warrior's turn again. Okay. You can try to parry with your spear too.
I don't know how much better that would be.
Well, it would be trained at the very least. Okay, it's gonna attack benefits. Only can do 4 now. Trained. Additional mods -3. Hardship none. They keep rolling the same thing.
Alright, we'll try to parry.
At this point, it's tough though.
Damn.
8. Okay. 33 minus 8 plus 6. Torso strike. What is your torso? 4 still? 4.
Yep.
I think that's it. 27. Another wound.
Another wound.
Yep. So let me see. You rolled. Okay, none of those. That. So your wound. Okay, you're at your max wound threshold. Okay. Yeah, they're just doing bad things to you. So it's 27. Let me put that on your. Oh boy, 27 torso. 27. All right. Skeleton Warriors at 18. That raised you up by 1. All right. Pang Day, please save your friend.
I can't.
You can lunge
currently.
attack.
Lunge.
What? Am I in the? Is he in the way?
No, I would say not. You can
He's
touch
not in
from
the
one
way.
corner of your hex to one corner of his hex. It's not that.
All right, that's 1 hardship, correct?
Yeah, -3. And it's 4. Cost 4.
Negative
and, yep,
3.
mhm.
Cost 4,
Mhm.
huh?
Put you at 19. It's basically a move and attack. The same AP cost. But you can't whirlwind attack. So you could move and then
You know what?
whirlwind
Actually,
attack.
I'm going to be able to do this. Yeah, I'm just going to walk 2 spaces to here. That'll put me to 17, and then I'll be able to whirlwind that. Or actually, I'll go to 17. I can aim on 17 and then whirlwind attack on 18, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
All right.
get
Well, Fei Zhan first. So, or actually, Chen Feng. We'll let Chen Feng go.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's getting beat up pretty badly. I think he wants to try to take out one of them at least.
Okay.
So we will reckless with the spear. It's 2 benefits.
It's 3.
Yeah.
And that cost 4.
Actually, I have an extra benefit
Yep.
from
Yep.
Sphere
Cool.
Mastery, so 4. Yo.
That's a miss.
Stabbed himself.
But you don't fall unconscious because none of your you would be hard to fall unconscious because your stamina is pretty good. But basically, the way it works is if your wound hardships explode more than your stamina, you pass out. But not
Okay,
you are
good.
good currently. And it is Fei Zhan's turn now.
All right. I think Pang Day is going to finish them off, perhaps.
Perhaps.
I think he might shift his bow to this guy here.
You can.
And this one's a little bit better, right? She's not in the way?
She is not in the way. That's correct. But you will take a hardship.
Okay. And
If you try not to
Yeah.
hit me,
yeah, I'm not. I
Go
don't
ahead
wanna
and-
get
you're not going to hit me.
Can I aim once and still get a shot off before?
It goes, let's see, at 17. So the answer is yes, you could.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. We'll just resolve that. Go ahead, 17, so you'd be at 20 after that. So go ahead and shoot with 1 benefit. You're at least close. Yeah, you're close.
No additional mods
No.
and 1 hardship.
Nope. Not unless you... Are you trying not to hit her, or you just...
Yeah, I don't want to hit her.
Well, you've noticed that I'm often blinking in and out of transparency when I'm fighting.
She doesn't think you can
Anyway.
hit her, is basically with the...
Okay. All right.
That might be meta if you don't think he would.
Yeah. Yeah. He wouldn't want to, because he always kind of does that too.
Okay. Add a hardship in there then.
And that's close.
Yes. It's definitely going to be a hit. 8, 12 damage. Yeah, it's not enough to hurt it.
Thoke arrow in there.
Yeah, just... All right. Looks like it's Dayu.
This is reckless again.
Did you add your aims too? Looks like you did.
Yeah.
44. Oh, this could be it. This could be it versus an 8.
Head
Yeah.
strike.
44 minus 8 plus 4. Doesn't have any. Plus 5. Oh, yeah. All right. Death roll time. What's the thing do? It takes 1 hardship, yeah?
Yep.
Death roll. Add wound level. Yep, we're doing that right now. Just okay. I have to do this manually.
Oh, jeez.
But 40. That kills it.
Yeah.
Yay!
Nice.
Killed it regardless. But
Yeah, she can tell it's about to lunge, and she dives in underneath and sticks the jade sword in, and it just rips up through toward the neck from the belly like the thing was made of butter. The sword just kind of humming with a kind of angry joy as it does so.
all right.
Feijian nods because he knows that his arrow really helped her right there.
Distracted it.
You're welcome.
Pang Day, save your friend. Save his life.
Alrighty. So I got a benefit for a whirlwind attack.
You got a benefit for whirlwind attack? What do you mean?
For
Oh,
aiming.
yep.
Do they have any, are they considered ganged up on now?
No. Oh, yes, they are. They are.
Anyway.
Yep.
No, it don't matter. They're,
Yeah, but I mean,
yeah,
it goes
they're all
against their
dead.
defense being ganged up
Yeah.
on. But it's gonna kill them. I won't even do the math. So how does it look as you finish off the last of these creatures in front of a bloody Chen Feng?
As they're slowly overwhelming him, Peng Day steps forward, aims, and in a one whirlwind of the blade, cuts one in half, and then the second one, before it even can react, gets chopped off just below the shoulder, collapses into the ground, and with that, the last of the undead are no more.
Chen Feng, how you feeling?
Horrific. Feng, breathing heavy. He goes to a knee and has his, kind of leans on his spear for support. He spits up a bit of blood.
Chen Feng, are you okay? Speak to me.
That is not the word I would use. I am alive for now.
Dayu is busy chopping this thing's head off, and she hasn't really even noticed how badly Chen Feng was hurt, but she makes her way over and then kind of looks at him.
Chen Feng, you are very hurt.
She
Yes.
says this like he hasn't noticed.
Yeah, and he's like, yes, I have felt it.
With luck, Whitemane is still at Jiagu.
Let us hope so. And he gets up and I will try to guide, and he's like kind of stumbling.
Yeah, let's figure out what these wounds are. So you have 2 terrible wounds and 1 moderate wound. Okay. So the first thing you need to do is, all right, on the terrible one, go ahead and go over to the, so we'll do the leg first. So just click leg effects and select terrible. Music is on. Do you not hear it?
I hear it.
I do.
Try a different one. Okay. So what? -1 strength for that one. Okay. You can do another one of those on the torso. A terrible one on the torso.
That could be me dead.
Oh boy. Hold on. 1 strength.
Puts me to 0.
Yeah. Endurance. Dexterity. Okay. Go ahead and do a moderate on right leg. Okay, nothing. That one goes away. Alright, so let me figure out what this is total. Okay. -1 strength. Okay. One strength. Take that away.
Can anyone try a healing thing?
One sec. -1 dex. And then -1 endurance. Oof, that was a bad one. Okay. Let me confer the rules. Confer with the rules.
What is this heal thing? Is that the opposite of hurt? I know I don't have any.
It's after the healing roll. So basically, the wound effects often lower attributes. Blah blah blah. If an attribute is lowered to 0, they are considered unconscious, comatose, etc. This occurs after rolling the wound effects table after combat. This allows the players to roleplay effects. Blah blah blah. If any attribute has a score of 0 after a healing or recovery skill check is made, then the character must immediately make a death roll. The total success value of the wound is used as the TN. If there are multiple attributes at 0, the wound with the greatest TSV is used. The character is only required to make one death roll regardless of how many attributes are at 0. Characters remain unconscious until attributes are raised above 0. Eventually, a wound can no longer be healed. If a wound that cannot be healed still lowers an attribute to 0, the character dies immediately. So, you might want to wait until somebody's good at healing to take it. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna do spend a fate point to. Well, I guess that's only one benefit, huh? And I'm not trained.
Yeah, because if
The Fang like gets up and then passes
yeah,
out, I
yeah,
guess.
he's basically
just
just
make it
kind of
work.
tries to get up and then just kind of croaks, falls over. Yeah, because if you fail healing roll and it doesn't work and his stuff is still at 0, he dies. So,
Yeah.
well, he might die. He makes a death roll.
Fei Jian is gonna like kneel down next to him and catch him, I guess, and look to the others worried. Should we get him back to the Alchemist?
What's closer?
The Alchemist is definitely
or-
closest, yes.
Oh. But was he really known for healing, or was he just known
He's
for...
known for alchemy. I mean, that would include healing elixirs.
he did say healing elixirs. Yeah, that's right. You said that. Well, if we want him to survive, we need to get him to the Alchemist. He won't make it if we go all the way back to Jiagu.
Dayu holds up the vampire's head. Perhaps this will convince him that this is a threat to all. And perhaps you can carry Chen Feng.
I will carry him.
I will help you.
Pangdi kind of gingerly picks up Feng and promptly turns right back around to head to the place they were told not to return to.
Okay. You do turn around and head back. Switch the scene again.
Let's just hope. Maybe I can throw some loving words.
So how are you approaching the mouth of the cave as you get closer? Knowing that maybe they're watching out for you, and it is dark now. It is nighttime, so the only way to... You guys barely know how to get back there without Chen Feng.
I think Dayu would tell Fei Zhan,
Tell him, shout, tell them that their friend, he fell fighting monsters on the way to this cave, that they owe him his life because that is the truth. If we were not here, they would have found their way here and would have slaughtered them all in this cave.
Fei Jian nods like he's like legitimately worried and scared too. So you can just see it in his face, and he probably have taken the lantern, I guess.
That's fine. Yeah.
Have the
that's
bow
fine.
on his back. Yeah, and he'll be leading them, up the hill, carrying the lantern, his bow slung, just a worried look on his face, and please, please, Alchemist, it is Chen Feng.
You're yelling and coming back, and like not you don't really even see where these guys are. It's away from the cave a ways, and the some of these rugged men with bows and axes, kind of wheel on you and kind of have you surrounded a bit. What are you talking about? And they see quickly that you're carrying one of your friends, though.
Dayu takes the head of the vampire. It's just freshly killed, obviously, and she kind of tosses it like a bowling ball between them.
Chen Feng, he is wounded protecting this area from monsters so that you do not die. Tell your alchemist that he owes Chen Feng his life.
Chen Feng is wounded very badly. Please.
They wave you. If this is some sort of trick, some sort of Han trick, I will kill you to the last. And they grumble and kind of bring you back to the cave. Someone give me a persuasion roll, though. Someone talking. Chen Feng, that's probably a good one for you.
Feijan?
Sorry.
wasn't
Feijan,
unconscious.
the other Chinese name.
I
Sorry.
start moving his chin.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Help.
I'm only mostly dead. Yeah, I think that's good enough with the body. They do bring you back inside, and see the alchemist kind of move forward. And what's going on here?
We were trying to leave when we were attacked by the demons, just outside this place. Chen Feng was badly, mortally wounded. He needs help immediately.
Ah, of course. Bring him over to me. Quickly.
Peng B quickly moves over to set Feng down by the alchemist.
Yeah, you see him pull a vial off his belt and unstop it. Pull his head back, open his mouth.
Kind of sets him down easily and tilts his head back, opening up his mouth, whatever the alchemist commands.
Alright, here we go. Healing roll with 6 benefits because it's a level 3 healing tonic. Healing's okay. This will go against the... you tell me, Ghost, you want to go for the hardest one or the easiest one? Well, it needs to be... Well, one of the ones that have you to 0, obviously. Well, there's 2. So I can go against the one that's... what are they? 30... Oh, come on, cancel that.
Torso is 27, so I mean that's the best
And
chance
that's
to
the
succeed,
most-
and 2 that's the most
Yep.
harmful one.
Got you in the liver or something. Okay. Yep, let's do that. That is a good call. Healing, 6 benefits. Needs to be to 27. No, it doesn't have any additional mods. No hardships. He has fate points. I'm gonna burn a fate point for him. 45. Okay. So he leans you back. Wow. Kind of roll. Nothing exploded. Yeah. But anyway, He had 3 fate points, and he burnt one of them. He pours the concoction down your throat. You cough, and suddenly your eyes come to, and you feel this warm sensation coming across your body quite suddenly, and you cough in agonizing pain, but everyone who's close enough kind of sees the wounds bind on his chest and his side together in this very strange magical way. And Chen Feng, the first thing you see is the alchemist's face as he's kind of leaning over you.
Yeah, he just feels the pain racking through his body and looks at the alchemist. It appears you have saved me again.
Well, your friends brought you to me, so I suppose they are good for something. They did not take you to that fool White Mane in the village. He does not have the skills that I do in alchemy, which surely has healed you today.
I suppose it was a group effort then. And he tries to lean up, but just doesn't. Like, he just feels very tired, painful.
Bring him to the beds in the back. He needs rest. He cannot be moved for some time. And I will continue to attend to him. He is still hurt, it looks like. He looks at his leg. He will need to stay here at least a couple more weeks. Perhaps months.
I cannot move to protest, but hopefully sooner rather than later.
We will see.
Lord Pangday,
Yes.
will you give my report to the magistrate for me? I ask you please leave these men, and he gestures to the rebels and the alchemist, out of it. We simply spoke to the alchemist, that is all. I was wounded by the monsters.
The alchemist interjects. You should say he died.
Fei Jian actually nods, and he says, "I will write the report, Chen Feng. Don't worry, my friend."
Pang Day kind of sits quietly as the alchemist makes his request, and Jian responds, and he stands up and kind of puts a hand over his fist and bows to him and goes, "I thank you for both your hospitality and the work you've done on Feng, and I will make no mention of your involvement in either saving him or being here in this location."
Perhaps I could strike a deal with you. What is your name?
I am Peng Day.
Peng Day.
Repeating it is already said by Feng.
Sorry. If you report to your master that Chen Feng is dead, giving him the opportunity to leave the service of Zhang Wei, I will lead these men from the province, giving up my vengeance against the Han this day. It is up to Chen Feng if he wishes to be released from this, but I would do this for him, for as I said, he is like a son that I never had. And I do thank you for bringing him here after his terrible injury. And I kind of see Feng as kind of being in and out of consciousness as this question's like raised to him, but
Sure.
Really quick, refresh me. Fang only told us that the alchemist. He didn't say anything about opening the
no,
spirit
he
bridge
did not
or
say anything
an
about
ability
that.
to cloak it. I
Uh-uh.
didn't think so.
I hit all that.
That's what I thought.
You are wise to leave this place as soon as possible. Those creatures, if we had not encountered them, you soon would have. And there's nothing to say that there will not be more. In fact, we see more and more everywhere we go.
He strokes his beard. If you were not working for the Han, perhaps I would help you.
I am working for my father,
Who is?
Feng Bo, god of the wind.
He gives a very large eye roll. Yes. Interesting. Feng Bo. Well, Chen Feng, what do you think? Do you wish to go and serve your master again when you are well? I will help you get on your way if so. Or I give you this chance again to stay with me, but not as a rebel.
Given my current state, I don't think I have much choice but to stay for a while. Might I have time to think about it while I recover?
Of course, you should not think about such things when you are in such pain. I will brew you a potion to ease your agony.
Alchemist, I will tell you this. I will not relay where you are, and if you choose to leave, that is your decision, and I will honor it. However, the things that plague this land, these horrors, they will follow you. No matter how far you go, they will follow you, as long as they are horrors. Thank you.
He's like, I'm not leaving.
There's plenty. Horrors. They will follow you if we do not seal this bridge and stop these monstrosities.
Yes, I know a bit about this, as I was telling my friend Chen Feng. Leave Chen Feng with me for a while. I will help him get back on his feet. I will consider what you've said.
That is all I ask.
So long as the Han's soldiers do not come here and kill us all. I suppose I must trust you with that for now.
I give you my word.
We will see if your word is worth anything. Only time will tell. You may stay the night here amongst these men, perhaps get to know them. Ask them why they have denied the Han. And then on the morrow you should be on your way. For it is dark, and without Chen Feng it may be difficult to navigate your way home, and I would not wish you to run in any other monstrosities. For I assume that Chen Feng was injured helping you and fighting off these things. And if it were not for him, I surmise that you would not be as whole as you are. He always was a selfless lad. And he kind of swings his arms over to an area with bedding and stuff.
Yes. Feiqian nods and bows to the alchemist. Thank you very much for your hospitality. And it looks to Peng De and Dayu. And perhaps soon we'll find out about this demon gate.
Yes, Demon Gate. That is a good name for it.
The Alchemist has some of the men transfer Chen Feng over to another area. Well, let us rest as much as we can. At least you, while I help my friend. And they kind of take him over there and lay him down. And the alchemist begins to brew several potions. And that's where we'll call it for the night.
Nice.
Well, sometimes I guess what it takes is almost dying and getting killed to convince your enemies to help.
It's like, yeah,
Easy.
That
you
did
remember
kind of
that
work out.
shit you covered up for the alchemist while the skeleton's ripping your dick off.
Yeah.
He kind of owed you one.
Yeah. See? It all worked out.
We should have just faked it. Just beat the crap out of you and then come back here.
That's what gets you.
So my thinking was this, right? Like, I just like defuse the situation as far as I know. The alchemist using the gate. I come back and say, yeah, he was thinking about opening the gate wider. Everybody's gonna go fight him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Guaranteed.
Dayu would have
You're
gone.
not wrong.
Oh well, I
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
go
Like,
kill him.
well, let's just go kill these
Yeah.
yokels and make him close the gate.
I really wanted to use Fury of Heaven, man.
Does he have a spell?
He has alchemical
He has
potions that he can throw.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta work
Alright.
in the morning. So
Yep.
I'm gonna go,
See ya.
guys.
Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, bye bye.
What's the IP so I can get shields?
Whew,
once?
I would say at least 15. Let's go 15.
Okay. So shields 2.
Ooh, I can raise an ability. I might have to do that.
That's probably not gonna be shields 2 because that would be double the cost.
It's just +4. So
No, because
yeah,
it'd be
then
my
it's
cap.
+4 for when you're spending XP. It's just +4 when you do that. So it'd be whatever you're
Okay.
going to +4.
Yeah, so it'd be. I actually would have just enough to go shields 2, which I just might do.
What is it to go up an attribute? Can you do
Yep.
that?
10 times
Use 4
new
times
score.
10.
You can do it once on one of them.
Man, I really need some perception, actually. Mine is garbage.
I don't know what it's gonna take to fix that other wound while I'm here, but
Well, and we can do it now
I'd like
because
to
I
do
think
that.
I'm gonna fast forward it 7 days. So let's just go ahead and do it. So the problem is that wounds that linger are penalized when they're healed. So let's see. Where is it? Where is that? Yeah, every 7 days after receiving a wound, healing rolls add 1 hardship to the difficulty. So he's gonna try to heal you. Let me see what we got here. And he has another big baller healing potion to do it.
I can't aid with any kind of like recovery, right?
No, if somebody else had had healing, they could give him. They could assist.
Over the next few days, Pang Day followed how he does healing.
He'll spend a fate point. He has quite a bit of fate points actually. So he'll at least spend one. Let's see what was I doing. Okay. So your wound is a 32. All right. Mental. 7 benefits.
Gotta have at least one or
Pretty
two.
good.
7 benefits. Trained. Nobody has healing?
One
No,
hardship.
sir.
I
No.
don't have it.
One hardship. Exactly, got it.
Oh God,
Exactly.
Ooh.
what a champ!
All right.
I guess I'm obligated to rebel now.
Right. I healed you. How dare you?
You
Yeah,
owe me.
exactly. Yep.
So I'm good, right? That's
That's
everything squared
everything,
away
yeah.
for.
Everything.
Ooh
Damn,
boy,
those dog shit 2s and 1s, and then got the 118.
that's what he needed.
I think the signs are pointing to rebel.
Yeah, I'll find your brother. Oh God.
Was your brother a rebel as well?